What's going on, everybody out there, and welcome back to another episode of the Dark Avenger Comic Book Review. I'm Chris, and he is Mike.
Hey, guys.
And we're on time.
Yes, we are.
We are, actually. Well, we're back to where we were before. We were uploading these videos the day after New Comic Book Day, recording this on New Comic Book Day, but the goal was always to get this back to a Monday, but we'll see how that goes, depending on how many books we have each and every week. But we made it this week. We finished this week, and we wanted to get this up as soon as we could. Last week, we would have been back on time again. This is the pre-review show, as always. We would have been on time. The problem was the Division 2 closed beta. Now, March 1st, all the way through till the 4th?
I would say so.
Somewhere around there is the open beta. So anyone who's curious enough to play the Division 2 open beta, it's open to the entire public. I would definitely recommend checking out the Division 2 open beta. I enjoyed the closed. I'm sure the open beta is going to be exactly the same. I'm hoping that my character moves over, so this way I've done all the missions already, and it's only all about grinding the DZ, having some fun in the DZ, doing maybe some skirmishes, and having a good time. Maybe they'll throw in an extra mission or two. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
But right now, there's a lot going on. If you are following Comic Amino, I'm on Comic Amino. I've actually joined other communities and other Aminos, so definitely check out Amino period, the Amino community. I am trying to work in... I'm in a couple of different Aminos because I like a couple of different things that are on Amino, so I'm having fun on there. I was telling Michael that he should check it out as well. Other than that, there are 2 videos I'm planning on my channel right now. One is still, I'm probably going to record it right after we record this, the Division 2 beta, my thoughts on the Division 2 closed beta, and then I will probably have another Oreo taste in the near future, when I'm not too sure. We got a lot of stuff coming at the end of the week, so look forward to possibly an unboxing. I mean, if it all comes on the same day, I mean, who's to say we won't do an unboxing then?
Yep.
I'll probably end up doing an unboxing on my channel. But anyway, let's get into the books this week. We've made you all wait long enough. It's only been 2 minutes. Do you have anything you'd like to add to the pre-show?
Like I am trying to do some on my channel, but there's been little stuff that's been going on outside of YouTube, but hopefully I will get around to that as well. It is Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's right. You're watching this on Valentine's Day. Happy
all
Valentine's
of you
Day.
lovers out there who are with your loved ones or anyone else that you're with, because family as well counts. And yeah, so that's all for me, really. I mean, nothing I could think of. If you guys have watched Frontline Live episode...
That's right.
237. It's on my Facebook page of the link in case you guys missed it.
We have our 5-year anniversary. We have a contest going on, and it's not just for the 5-year anniversary. Every month, Comic Frontline will be doing a contest from now on. So if you haven't checked that out, there is a link. If you go to Frontline Live, you go check out that video. The link is in there. The link is also on the .com. There are multiple places where you can find this link, even the Discord.
Yep.
Speaking of Discord, my Discord is back. By the time this video goes live, I will have it back on my default link, like my default description. So if you're interested in rejoining the Discord is an anything and everything Discord, just like my new channel. So again, I would definitely say if you're interested in talking, want to have a good time, I'm always on Discord. I'm always checking Discord. So feel free to follow and join my Discord. Definitely follow Comic Frontline's Discord. I actually just reminded myself I have to do it on my channel, my new channel as well. But I have a lot of things. There's actually something that happened this past week behind the scenes that's huge. So huge that I don't want to talk about it yet. I want to, but I'm not. I want to, but I'm going to wait till everything is set in motion. Not saying that it won't be set in motion, but it's going to take a little bit of time before it's all kind of like set up and ready to go. But I'm really excited. I'll say that much. I'm very excited for something that's going to be coming soonish. Let's say soonish. So look forward to that announcement. Won't be on this channel though, so if you're not following my new channel, definitely go check out my new channel because I'm going to make the announcement video for this big thing, or this... It's not a thing per se. It's something that's going on, and it's really cool. And I'm going to be unveiling it. There we go. There'll be a grand unveil announcement there on my new channel. So if you're not following it, I've said it like 12 times already. I'm saying it for a reason. You might want to.
Yep.
So week Book them out.
All right. So these comic books that we're gonna be reviewing, let me make sure it's the right one because the numbers are small for some reason. The books that I'm gonna be reviewing came out of the week of February 6th, 2019. The first week of February.
Second month of the year.
Second month of the year of 2019. And we have 16 books. Mostly independents on mine. He has only one.
I only have one this week. And then I think I have one or two Marvel. One Marvel? One Marvel?
I don't know.
We'll figure it out when we get through it.
I mean, unless you could do this and you could check. Like you have...
No, I have a couple Marvel. Okay, yeah, no.
Yeah. Alright, so let's start with this. Atomic Robo, Dawn of the New Era, issue number 2. And I'm dropping this.
Done?
I'm done. Because the thing about Atomic Robo is that what I'm not seeing in this story is that the team working with Robo, it's just Robo working with, I just want to see if I remember this, like some type of different robot, so to say. And the whole thing about the other characters is just really boring stuff. Like, I'm looking through this and I'm like, where's this story going? Does this have anything to do with what's going to be going on? It's just like pointless stuff, so I'm dropping it. And I'm sad to drop this because I liked Atomic Robo before, but that's when they worked together. Then Vampires in the end? No, they're done.
Done.
That's it. WWE issue number 25. The classic, or the so not so long ago rivalry of AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. And the only reason why Samoa Joe was going after AJ Styles is because he's the WWE champion, AJ Styles. And Samoa Joe wanted to be. So in way of getting to his championship, he was trying to get under his skin by saying, oh, I'm going to be the new daddy of your family. And you remember seeing this as well in WWE. For those of you who watch it also.
I love the AJ Styles Samoa Joe rivalry. I've liked it since the TNA times. Yes.
Yeah. And there's no second story. It's just one straight story.
I'm wondering if they're going to be closing off the series.
That's what we were talking about last night on Frontline Live. So I don't know, but I really enjoy WWE stories. But we'll see what happens as time goes on. Really good story for those of you who want to see that.
Unnatural issue number 7 said that this is only going to be a 3-arc story and then it's over. But they get infiltrated. Leslie gets away with Cal and one other person, the leader of the group, whose name leaves me, I don't know them, and you're not going to find it, gets captured and tortured. And they want information from her so they can find Leslie. And what happens is Leslie gets into a few predicaments, and the wolf spirit comes out and kind of saves her, saves the day. And what happens is the second time around now, they got the leader and they have her phone and they're texting this one girl who escaped with them. I forgot her name as well. And they're like, tell us your location and, we'll, it's one of those things and we'll let your leader free. Now, obviously this girl in previous issues talked with the leader and said, if we can't control this, we'll end it. And this girl ends up in the end of the issue after seeing that Leslie is a very dangerous person. She decides that she's going to betray the group and save the leader and basically fork over Leslie. And that's what it looks like by the end of the issue. And there's some nice moments with Cal and Leslie in here that I liked. This book has some ups and downs to it that's really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next.
The return of Red Sonja, issue number 1. Red Sonja finally returns in this Dynamite industry because it says 15 years, so 15 years of Dynamite. And it just talks about, like, the first story, like, not the first story, just a story. It just talks about some person who wants to, I want to see if I remember, because I want to remember it. Some guy who wants to take over the mighty tree named Dragon. And Dragon's, like, one of the main stories. So Red Sonja is the only one that knows about this. So she goes into this village where she meets up with these people who she assassinates because we all know that's what Red Sonja does, kinda, for her reasons. And, Hargarana, whatever it is, and a council of elders want to see her that actually tell her about the stories about what's been going on. That's where the long dialogue comes in, where she meets up with also new people. And basically she just sets on her voyage, but there might be some things behind the lines or behind curtains that she might not know about which is what intrigues me to read the next issue. So I'm glad to see this issue back. As well as this one, Van Helsing, Sword of Heaven, issue number 4. I believe 2 more issues left to go. Just let me make sure. Yeah, 2 more issues left. And in this one, it's just the vampire, the main antagonist of the story, who's wreaking havoc everywhere. And then it's up to Van Helsing to try to find out more answers to what she's looking for based on this whole vampire hunting, because that's what she does. For that matter. And she runs into these people and security guards. One of her companions gets captured and actually takes back to the lair, who I can't remember this guy's name for the life of Prince Sawar, who kind of reminds me of Two-Face, kind of, you know, with the whole look-alike. And in the end, he's like saying, well, there's do or die if you don't follow what I want to tell you with the one that got captive, and someone else as well. So she's going to have to make a little bit of a choice there, and that's going to be really something in the next issue. So it's heating up, though, in a great way. The Walking Dead, issue number 188. The Commonwealth. Mercer has been caught saying about what he wants to do to basically betray the Commonwealth, and he basically gets taken off to prison. Meanwhile, Princess actually returns in this issue. And what I liked about this issue is that Carl was trying to tell her, we know that you're a loner because of what her story, what she says. If you come join with us, you won't feel like you are anymore because you're not a loner. You're with a group of people. And that's what I really liked about this issue. Just Princess coming back and just doing all that. And at the end of this issue, Eugene and some other girl, I can't remember her name, were working on something. But lo and behold, a horde of walkers are there. And I don't think that they have any way of escaping. That's going to be a very, very hot water that both of them are going to be in. And how they're going to get out, I don't know. Because they had to lead the horde away because of what they were doing. There's other stuff too. You should really check the story. Sonic the Hedgehog, issue number 13. Sonic and Tails. I like that Sonic and Tails work with each other, and as you can see from the cover, they face rough and tumble, as well as now Mr. Tinker is no more. Dr. Eggman is back thanks to that character. Luckily, I like the index that they have. Dr. Starline, who actually helped Dr. Eggman get his memory back, and he just sends Rough and Tumble, Sonic and Tails, they knock them off their shoes because Sonic and Tails are amazing. But now, Dr. Starline is saying since they couldn't do it, Sonic's going to be going up against someone that he says that himself, that he's more powerful and everything. So, I mean, we all know that Sonic's not going to go down that easily because he's the fastest and the speed of sound Hedgehog. I mean, come on. And we're not talking about the movie either. Right. You know, with all that. All right, I still give chances, though.
Into Marvel.
Yes, and one more so I can take a breath after. Conan the Barbarian, issue number 3. This was actually a good issue. It really picked up from what I sent last issue that was boring. And what I liked about this issue, and this is just to remind me a little bit, is that they were going to this Red Tree Hill, so to say, where they want to hang Conan because, you know, he's known not to be one of the good people. So, and what I like about it is that every time they try to execute him, something always happens. Like the tree bark, it breaks as he fights off against the guards. Then the next day they tried to, cut him in half and execute him for what they claim they did to the priest. And then as they try to do that, thunder strikes them. And not, you know, so it's like you try to mess with Conan, something bad is going to happen to you. Then many years later, he's just talking about Chrome and everything. And that actually is going to lead to the next issue of where he's going to be going into seeing the Blood God because it looks like the Blood God has waited long enough from what these children are saying, from what we saw issues before that. Very good. Now I hope it just stays that way that I could keep reading because I like Conan. Same as Red Sonja, because Red Sonja and Conan did team up one time.
X-23 issue 9, I think I'm done reading this in the single issue format. I think X-23 for me will work better as a trade. So I am going to be moving this to my casual read file just because I'm getting a little bored with the story. I feel like I want more from it. I feel like it's a slow burn, and ever since Tom Taylor left the book, I feel like X-23 is we're trying to find that place again with Laura, and now she has Gabby, and I love Gabby and I love Laura and I love the book. Honestly, I do, with the art and everything, but issue to issue basis for me is boring. I know a few people disagree with me. I know a lot of people probably disagree with me, but there are also a lot of people that agree with me. So it's kind of like a 50-50 split. I'm just on that half that is bored. I'm not. I feel like it's trying to find something, and right now in the single issue format it won't work. Whereas if I probably had the whole story or I read it on my time instead of rushing, because again, reviews always demand that I get these books read as soon as possible. Yeah, it just wasn't working for me. So X-23 is going to be going on the back burner. However, a book is returning to the reviews, and that is Uncanny X-Men with Uncanny X-Men issue number 11. Cyclops is back. There's moments in here. First of all, let me bullet point this for you because I don't even want to spoil it right now. Bullet point: Cyclops is redeemed. He was redeemed in the special, honestly, but in this book, he really was built up a lot. Number 2, Wolverine and Cyclops' schism. The schism finally over. I like that. When Cyclops finally is in a position where he's in trouble, Wolverine shows up, and it's just like Logan, Slim, boom, back in action, and they fight. And then I love how it ends with Wolverine saying, "Let's get to work." Like literally, doesn't even, no apologies from any side. Just we got to get back to work. That was excellent. I loved it. It was very big. This is one of the 2 huge books. I actually did read another book, and everybody will probably know what it is already because we talked about it on Frontline. There were 2 huge books this week. This one was one of them. Again, though, with the $8 price tag because it's more pages. At this point, I don't even know what to say anymore. But it was good. I really feel like the artwork did throw me off a little bit from time to time, but it's really good to see that the X-Men are starting to come back here. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with Uncanny X-Men. I won't be reviewing the X-Men event going on. I'll be reading that on the side. Uncanny, though, I will be probably throwing up on the review from time to time. Maybe I'll reference the X-Men event on the side when I'm reading or reviewing Uncanny. But for right now, I didn't read issue 1 yet of it. I'll probably go back and read it. But for right now, I'm not really a fan of this whole fantasy world that they're in. I want to see how Cyclops and Wolverine are going to save them. DC, but DC Vertigo first. The Dreaming issue number 6. The Judge is taken down. I forget her name. I always want to remember her name, but she's always been told she's not real, and that's what breaks her. But she's in the Dreaming, and everything's real in the Dreaming, and that's what she finds out. And I like that we get internal dialogue with her. We're listening to her inside struggle. Then we find out that the Pumpkin, I forgot his name too. Oh, shoot. But he is the one that's been leaving her trinkets or memories, as they say. Somebody else ends up dying in the book. I'm not going to spoil that, but you're looking at that page now. Somebody else ends up dying in the book to kind of bring the machine or the thing that they have to fight against the Judge to life and to basically send him back and undo what I think his name is Earl. I might be wrong here, but
I can't find any names at all.
I cannot remember for the life of me, but to fix it and fix the Dreaming. However, the Judge is beaten, and this new thing emerges. This AI that kind of constructs itself, and in the end, it's like there's just one problem. I think I'm an AI. I think I'm in control of the Dreaming, and I think I'm insane. New problem. I love it. I think it's really cool. It's going to be interesting to see if Sandman ever does come back at this point. And now we're going into Wonder Comics. It's DC Wonder Comics, or else this would have been probably the last thing I talked about. But Young Justice issue number 2. This is a Cassie heavy issue. And I enjoyed it.
The cover says it all.
Cover says it all. No Connor in here. Very little Tim. We get very, very little of Teen Lantern. To be honest with you all, I could give 2 craps about Teen Lantern at this point. Teen Lantern, Amethyst, and Hex. I forgot her first name, and I was corrected yesterday, and you think I'd remember. Ginny Hex?
Yeah.
all three of those characters who are supposed to be new members of the Young Justice team. I know this is only issue 2, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, wait it out. Well, no matter what, we're going to wait it out because I love Young Justice. So we'll see if I'm saying the same thing 5 or 10 issues from now, but all three of them I could care less. Teen Lantern the most I could care less about, and we know that Teen Lantern's not going anywhere because this is a Brian Michael Bendis created character in a Brian Michael Bendis book. So until he leaves the book, Teen Lantern is not going anywhere. Even then, I don't know if it's part of the actual... I don't know. But as far as the core characters, I love the development with Cassie. Could care less about the 3 characters I mentioned. I love the moment with Tim. Somebody mentioned about Cassie versus Despero. When did that become a thing? I think it's awesome. Zeus, being her grandfather, tries to give her something, and she's like, I'm not ready for it. I'm not worthy of it yet. And then we jump back to present day where Gemworld's attacking, and they're fighting alongside Amethyst. And now the next issue is going to focus on Connor. That's what I want to know. Where has Superboy been? And is this the Superboy pre-New 52? That's what I want to know. And I'm looking forward to issue 3 more than anything. I'm very excited. And as I always say, and you'll see this on my monthly haul over on Comic Frontline, when it comes to Young Justice, I get the main cover, and I always get the B cover. I'm very happy with the B cover for Young Justice issue 2. Adventures of the Super Sons issue number 7, middle ground for me this week. Damian finds a way to break himself and his best friend out of prison. They show him hopping around the world, and it looks like something's going on behind Damian's back that he doesn't know about. And I like that. I like that there's more going on, and then John gets his powers back, and they're all like, they get together in the end, they're like ready to go, and they're like, yeah, let's do this. You do it, we're gonna get the hell out of here. I like that. It involves Joker Jr. a bit, but again, this was middle ground for me this week. I feel like we're already halfway through. I think it's a 10 or a 12. No, it's a 12 issue arc because it's supposed to be a full year. So Bendis gets his arc done with John. Again, any book that's connected to Superman either is off-world or it's a last year tale. So this whole Super Sons tale takes place last year. So anything going on with John currently does not impact Super Sons because it happened a year before everything that Bendis is doing now. Which again leads me to believe that Bendis only has a 12-issue arc, or after that he's loosening up Superman. I don't know, maybe he'll only do 1 title. I don't know what Bendis has planned, honestly, at this point, but I'm just looking forward to the 12th issue of all of the Superman arcs so we can get moved on. But Super Sons was okay this week. Batman 64, the beginning of, what's it called? I think it's called The Price of Justice. And it's a crossover with The Flash. That's right. So next episode I'll be talking about, and the Flash will be in it, because it's a 4-part crossover. So that means 2 Batman, 2 Flash. It interrupts Batman, which is kind of a little bit of a you don't like when you have a main story going on and you get it disjointed. Like, well, we're gonna put that on pause, and now for the next 2 issues for this month, this is what you're getting. Batman is having post-traumatic. Is having these what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, what happened in Heroes in Crisis has happened now, and Batman is having severe emotion, like an emotional breakdown almost, with everything going on. You know, he's hallucinating people that died. He's going to try to do an autopsy on Wally, and he can't do it. So he's having some severe traumatic PTSD with what happened, and he knows that this was his idea along with Superman and Wonder Woman, and it failed. And you see that in front of the cameras, him and Flash are fine, and then something's happening at the Flash Museum, and Batman shows up as Flash shows up, and they kind of team up to figure out what's going on, and we find out that it's Gotham Girl. It's actually Gotham Girl, and she's trying to bring her brother back, so it kind of, again, brings it back full circle to what Tom King's doing with Batman, but now involving Flash, and it's also connected with Heroes in Crisis. I like the emotional beginning to this book with Batman. Really, you know, it shows the impact that Heroes in Crisis has had on him. And then what's going on with him and Flash. There was a flashback with him and Dick and Wally and Barry. And it's like old times. And you see that Flash is done. He's like, Batman, cut the crap. Let's tell me the truth. And Batman explains what's going on. And then it goes to Gotham Girl. I really like it. I'm looking forward to reading Flash that came out today after this review. See what happens next.
Green Arrow issue number 49. Green Arrow versus Count Vertigo. And the fight between Green Arrow and Count Vertigo was like really intense. The only thing that hit close to home with Green Arrow is that at the end of the whole battle, when he faces with Count Vertigo talks about Roy Harper, and I just want to make sure I say the quote right of what he says to him, like as they're talking about him, he's like saying whatchamacall, like he said, like he knew Roy Harper and everything, but he's like saying, well, more's the pity, and us is, and you couldn't save. So he's like telling Green Arrow you couldn't save it, and he just snapped. He was like saying like how dare you say that, and he was gonna like kill him.
And then Deanna.
But luckily, Black Canary came in and said, we're not like him, and in the end, you could see that he's with this emotional breakdown of Roy Harper. And then there's somebody that says, oh, Green Arrow must be destroyed, and I think the next issue is the last issue.
Yep.
So we'll see how it all unfolds in Green Arrow. From what I'm hearing, Green Arrow's not coming back. So that's going to be like a really something.
Okay. So next, and finally, could you make that a little bigger?
I could try. Well, go ahead, say what it is.
Man and Superman. I
go.
thought that this was, it's by Marv Wolfman. Marv Wolfman and Claudio Castellini and Hi-Fi doing the colors. I thought this was a magazine from a Target or a Walmart exclusive, and then I found out that it actually was released in a local comic shop. And as a matter of fact, I ordered myself a copy. This was amazing. It's a huge read, huge read, and it's basically Clark Kent arriving in Metropolis, getting a job, figuring out, he has his powers. The Kents are alive, so I'm guessing this is more of an Elseworld tale, or I don't know, honestly, but they made him his costume. He's in Metropolis, and he's trying to figure out, if I do this, this is going to change my life forever. So he's fighting every which way not to put on the costume, and he masks himself. He puts on a face mask. He puts on a half mask and everything. And every time something happens, he's there, and then he gets discovered. And they don't know if the Flying Man caused the problems or if he was there to save them. And you see that Clark literally ends up like wanting to go. He said, I can't go home because I'd be a failure, and I can't stay here because they think I'm a murderer. He ends up sending the costume back to the Kents at some point, and then he's just trying to figure out, and I love how each chapter's like something. Chapter 2, in which he must choose between his fears. And that's when Lex Luthor comes back, and apparently somebody tries to attack Metropolis, and Lex Luthor kind of saves the day, but Clark jumps in as well. And all this while, he's also trying to get a job at the Daily Planet, and he's failing. And there's a moment with him and Lois where he talks with Lois and tries to get in. And finally, he just puts on the Superman suit because he figures out where the missiles came from. And he finds out that it was Lex, obviously, and he tries to bring proof that it was Lex. And obviously Lex covers his ass real quick. But he shows up in the we never actually see him in the Superman suit. He's more shadowed than anything else. And he tells Lex, you mess up once, I'll be there. And then you see Clark gets a job at the Daily Planet because he writes an expo on the new superhero, and then Lois gives him the name Superman. And the only picture you see of Superman is in the last panel on the last page. Every other time, either the S is being held up to him or it's a flashback, never present day. And then the very last page, it shows you, I just wanted Michael to see it. Oh, you're way up. It's a lot of reading, though. It's 100-page spectacular. It's literally like a trade. And it's a $10 book for reasons. No, keep going. That's a sketch. There's sketches in here. There's articles in the beginning. There's stuff at the end. This was an excellent book. I know Marv Wolfman just retired. This is his last book probably ever. Marv Wolfman did an excellent job with this book. I highly recommended it. And I gave you all the cliff notes. Believe it or not, 100 pages, a lot more happened. I feel like even my review did not do this book justice. No. Keep going. Because he wasn't in the suit there either. I love the moment with the Kents where he actually went back for the suit, by the way, also. But right there, that's the only panel you see with him in the suit, present day.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Because he's shadowed in the scene before also. See? He's shadowed. You never see him fully in the suit. And I loved it. I thought this was it was excellent. It was Man and Superman, and I loved it. And this would have gotten my number one pick had I have known that it was in the comic shop comics, not a magazine. It was just amazing. I loved it. I would 100% recommend checking this book out, regardless of the price tag. This is a 100-page, basically almost the size of a trade, maybe a mini trade book. Get it. You'll love it, especially if you're a Superman fan. I loved it. This was my favorite book of the week. Dare I say favorite book of the year so far. Truly and honestly was. But with that, this is the end of the review. So now it is all up to you guys. What did you think about the books that came out last week? Likes, dislikes, agree, disagree, recommendations. We'd love to hear from all of you. I will be sharing this on Comics Amino, so if you're watching this on Comics Amino, feel free to comment on the video, on the post, wherever you'd like. It's good to be back on Comics Amino. I posted last week's books. I'm going to be posting this episode up as it goes live Thursday. Probably post it a couple hours later because this will probably go live in the morning, and I don't know if I'll be by a computer. Anyway, it'll be up though on Thursday, so feel free to leave your thoughts on any of the books. I'm excited to get into the books that came out today. But till we talk about the books for today, take care, everybody. Keep reading, keep collecting. We'll see you all really soon in the next episode.
Hey, everybody.